This week's Thriller Thursday pick is Social Creature by Isabella Burton. So this is a story of obsessive friendship. Louise is a penniless young woman. She's living in the uncool part of Brooklyn. She works 3 jobs and she can barely pay for this apartment that is full of roaches and rats, and it's just a pretty terrible life. And then she stumbles into the path of Lavinia, this beautiful, rich socialite who takes her along to a New Year's Eve party that is the party of Louise's dreams. She has never been around such beautiful, wealthy people who seem to have endless supplies of money, and Louise is basically smitten, and she decides that she's going to do everything that she can to stay by Lavinia's side. So Lavinia, for her part, is a Yale student. She's on sabbatical, as she calls it, so that she can pursue her dreams of poetry and living an aesthetically perfect life. And so she likes to drink champagne in the Highline Park in New York City and shout poetry into the night and take last-minute trips to Paris. And she needs someone who can be sort of her lackey, and so that's the role that Louise falls into. And Louise is only too happy to oblige because, as you know, her life before was pretty miserable. She eventually gets invited to move in with Lavinia, which she does, and Louise is determined not to lose this role. So when Lavinia decides that she wants a new companion, Louise has to take desperate measures to keep her position in Lavinia's life. I don't want to tell you too much more about what happens because it will ruin it, but the fun of reading this book is the writing. It's so hypnotic and mesmerizing. You get drawn into this wild world of parties and you just can't look away. You have to know what happens. It definitely has some dark and disturbing elements. If you're a fan of Donna Tartt's book, The Secret History, you would like this. If you like You by Carolyn Kepnes or the Netflix show You, then you would enjoy this because it has that same sort of feeling. It's very stylish too. You get to be in the most exclusive parties and places in Manhattan. And it's just a really fun read, especially if you're okay with dark and disturbing, because it definitely takes a dark and disturbing turn. So that is Social Creature by Isabella Burton.